see here. And we're online. Good morning. It is Monday. I'm a little bit late today. It's actually 9:40 in the morning. I usually try to get started around 9. And we are going to work on some indie dev. Where have I been? Let me think. It's hard because basically a whole week passed. I think I picked at a couple of smaller tasks, like, I haven't had a lot of time this week. But, you can see the stars twinkle now. There's been a little bit of really small updates for the camera and stuff. There's still a lot of, just quality of life things I want to do for the camera still. And when you lock down a character versus when you don't. I don't remember what I should do on Thursday, but the spotlight no longer copies over. What else do we got going on here? I did get trombone sound effects, so we could set that up today. I think it's kind of a slow start, and it's kind of like a dreary day, and I want something happy to do, so I think I'd like to push on animation. On Thursday we had already started kind of thinking about level transitions, and I'm still thinking about that. I think today I just want to start out getting basic animations, like idols for the characters and stuff, and we'll see where it goes from there. So let's get started. Didn't I have a kind of beginning? You know, at one point earlier on in the project, I set up this file. Yeah. Earlier on in the project, when I was like trying to figure things out, before I'd even finished the model, unfortunately, I skinned this up and I created this file. And I think I do like that this rig has all the bones I need. So let's find this rig and try to restore it and skin the new model to it. I think that'd be a good goal for today. That and then animating it, obviously. Piano body high res. Is there anything I need to know here? Looks like it's just sort of good to go. See, I'm questioning things again, because I've got... What I did was I changed the back to be an attachment. I'm not sure that's going to work in the long run. We gotta start somewhere. Okay. Right body, right to space. You know, not a super ton has changed. Maybe I didn't need to do that. Body piano. I don't want to have to reset up all the material IDs. Okay, here's what we'll do. Skin selected mesh. Take this. Selected mesh. Okay, now we should have what I wanted to. No. Right, two bones are on top of each other, and that's throwing it off. Okay, well, that's just another thing we have to fix in the file. So what happened was two bones are on top of each other. So when I copied the skin weights, it picked the wrong bone. It picked body back when it should have picked body. So I'm just going to lock everything else other than body back and flood the body. It didn't do it. Did I have the wrong bone still? Oh. I guess it's supposed to be body front. Whoops. Try that again. Right, okay. I forgot about this rig. The idea being that this can move independently, this will control both. Okay. Yeah, alright. the easiest way to keep all the materials. Let's clean up this file a bit so that I can just import it. Bullshit. Getting rid of all my materials because I don't have duplicate materials in the file. I just want this file to be as simple as possible. Save this as temp in case we crash again. Import body piano. We are crashing again. Why are we crashing? What is this? An alarmingly irritating sound. I'll turn down my desktop audio, hold on. There you go. Hey Assemblaid, what's up, man? Holy shit, Chryslide, aren't you in Austin right now? What are you doing on Twitch? It's going well, Indie Respawn. Thanks for checking in, man. It's sleepy. I think everybody's getting up slow today. I did not sleep well, so I'm gonna animate in my happy place, hopefully. If I can get the rigs working and everything. Sweet SM Blade. Good job, man. You did it. You started a thing. You finished the thing. Feels good, right? I'm happy for you. Started too many things that take too... This was supposed to be my short project. I want to finish something. Feels good. Right, let's open this up. Maybe... Can I open it? I just can't import it? Interesting. What if I import it into a blank scene? Yeah, you're kind of cool with that? Alright. And if I open up temp 2... Wow. What the hell happened here? On this. There you go. File, import. Body piano. You're gonna crash again? Yeah, you're gonna crash again. What the fuck, Maya? Ooh, what's your deal? Shit. I wanted to import so I could keep the materials without having to relink everything. Because it's gonna be sucky. Let's check it out. It's official. Look at that, man. This is so cool. Because I remember when you were just starting on this. I've seen you working on this. This hasn't changed since the last time we looked at it, right? Cool, man. Go to the temp file and save out as a different name. You mean export? Because the temp file was just saved as a different name. I'm in San Antonio, about to go to Macy's and buy new luggage. That is exciting. Chris Slight. I could try to open up that file that it autosaves when it crashes and just see what happens there. But that's a little disquieting. Yeah, have you guys seen SM Blade's little pack? He's been working on that for like... You started that roughly around the time when I started streaming. We've seen so many updates of it. I love it. Man, cool. Well, now what? I can't import one into the other. I think if I import a rig that's skinned, it'll like blow away the constraints, right? Like, I don't think I can just go file, import, and then bring in temp 2. Because, show me the, aside from the fact that I can't handle that. Will the joints still be linked up? They are. Okay, maybe that is the plan. Yeah, that might be my only move here. Okay. File, import. Temp 2. I don't want a namespace. Bam. Kinda on the fence as to whether or not I want this. I need to start thinking about making a more universal rig here too. Some of this stuff is just like I haven't touched it in so long. So, body oriented to world space. Why did I have that? And do I still use it? Yeah, that's cute. Where's the... Okay, this is spawning. This has that bounce right before you, right after you land and right before you move. This is just literally the T-pose. This is the thing that sends you launching into the air. This physically moves you up. This plays an additive that rotates you 180 degrees. Interesting. Experimental class. What the fuck did I do here? When you despawn, I constrain your body. Constrain your XYZ rotation. To what? Oh no, I take the body and I constrain it to the world space relative animation. Why did I do that? Must have had something special to do with the... Later, Chris. Oh, let's see what assembly is working on next. This is new. Oh man, you're just always doing shit. Some tight pants. Looks uncomfortable. You only have 2 weeks? Jesus. Good luck, man. Oh, I guess this is your full-time thing, right? Yeah. Okay, so... I think wire antenna no longer exists. Where's this? Oh good, there's something I can fix. That's nice. Let's get rid of that. Feel better about my life. Okay, so I don't know if I need this, but the upside is it's not hurting anything. World space relative animation. Oh. Oh, interesting, yeah. Because the root could be any orientation. I hard code the body to be the world space orientation, and then this is world space relative animation. Alright, it's all coming back. Okay, yeah. None of this can... Yeah. None of these can move. The gameplay relies too much on this being stationary. But... So we'll rely on something like this. I don't know if I want to call it body front. I might call it body animated. It's an art offset. It's something that doesn't impact gameplay. It's just animation for if I want to add physics to make something bounce or something. This is going to be the thing I mess with. So what should I call it? Let's call it some sort of visual, I don't know, body. What's a word for a thing that doesn't impact gameplay? Crap, this is gonna be used across everything. I should not fuck this one up. You gave him some really tight pants, Blade. I don't know what to call this. Dynamic, additive, animated. How is this the hardest part of this? Body skinned. Sure. Oh shit, before I rename it. Skin selected mesh. Skin weights. Well, that's not ideal, but that's fine. Body. Skinned. Let's go skinned. Gotcha. You're gonna show your friend? Be like, yo, this is you. I think that'd be funnier if your friend looked totally different. He'd be like, what? So what I'm gonna do, the smart thing to do would be to, now that I know what each robot looks like, just make a rig for each robot. But apparently I'm not gonna do the smart thing. Apparently what I'm gonna do instead, I think, is, I've already got this system where the appendages attach to a base body. I think I'm gonna keep that. I think I'm gonna, on the base body, have a target bone that's under the skinned mesh for each. Okay, so the sockets are where the actual appendages attach. The socket is where it'll attach. A limb will go out from there. Then I think I'm going to actually have another bone that's in, it's going to have to be under body skinned that the bone in the appendage actually links to. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna see if that's a bad idea. In the end, this will make sense, probably. Or it won't, but I'll understand it. Socket to skinned. What this will let me do is it'll let me add an offset to absolutely everything that doesn't impact gameplay, because this, like, I'm shooting rays out of these bones and things to determine which way I'm facing and stuff, and I just don't want to ever animate this. It's just too risky. Socket 1. Skinned. Socket 5. Skinned. Like how these are in just completely random order too. That's weird. Interesting decision there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Because what this is going to do is, if you ignore all the fancy bones, in the end there's this body that needs to always remain perfectly oriented the way it is, or the relationship with the bones needs to remain constant. And now we'll have body skinned, which, ooh, in hindsight should really be in the same location as body. What are you? Scale constrained. And everything to body front. Okay, hold on a sec. Right. Scalar joints. I get what I was going for, but don't want to do that anymore. Hey Aubrey, what's up, man? And Esco, what's up? Sorry, I haven't been checking the chat much. And yeah, it's a keyboard dress. Hey dude. Esco, you're up early actually. I guess not. Looks like you're up at 7:30 this morning. You're sculpting a babe, are you? Cool. Alright, take all these out first. Do some surgery. You will now be here. Yes. Okay. Your pivot should now be the same. Let's verify. Body. Object. Okay. You're like this. You're like that. Interesting. No, I don't want that either. What this control is has changed. So, let's get rid of that. Rotate from object. Now I think about it, that does kind of throw this. What are you? Do you move body? Yeah, and that moves the root. That makes sense. Alright, I'll have to think on this a bit more. Sure, Link, what are you working on, Aubrey? I'll check it out. Ah, and I'm questioning everything again, but maybe this is fine. What was this control for? Character control. Why do I have so many fucking controls? Okay, so this is going to represent what the actually... I'll put what the game is doing here. This will be where I animate my offsets. And what are you for? Nothing, huh? Probably. Could go with most likely nothing. Let's delete the shape off of you. You literally called her babe, Aubrey. I guess you know what you're in for. Sweet. How long have you been working on this? Definitely has like a kind of stylized, cartoony look. Reminds me of that League of Legends character. The one with the red hair. Katarina. Whoops, lost the chat. One day. Sweet. In other news, why is this backwards? Trajectory will be the root of the character. This is actually the thing that's gonna... Yes. Okay, so this is syncing up with the movement of the pill. This is syncing up with the movement of the mesh in game. This will be where I animate my offsets. Okay. It kind of makes sense. Next question. Is all that actually set up though? Like body skinned is oriented like this. Why is there a rotation on this? Did I mess something up? Maybe I just don't need this. Now these are the joints. I'm going to set the appendages to follow on the art side of things. This is my export rig, this is my mesh. Alright, I think we're pretty clean here. Yeah, I'm a slow modeler too, Aubrey. Don't worry about it, man. Let's make this shape something a little more generic. Because I want to reuse this rig across other characters. I mean, I'll get rid of the skirt, but the rest I'll be reusing. Maybe I don't need to make the shape generic. We can have the shape unique for each character. That's fine. Okay, now let's address the fact that the skinning is actually fucked. What the hell was that? Ghost in the machine. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. God, I did not feel like thinking today. This is a good not thinking kind of task. You think she looks too old? In the face? The head is definitely very small relative to the body, that's for damn sure. If you're talking about making her skew younger, that'd be one of the first things to address. So I don't know if you're going for like cartoony young or what you're going for here. I don't want this to be skinned. I want it to kind of like... Yeah, I think I want all the back faces to... Stylized is a word you could use, Aubrey. Left skirt C. Almost like I should do the opposite, like you should be. Skinned half to see and half to nothing. And you should be. These move, it'll pop, yeah. Okay. That's what we do. I honestly think I might need to get rid of this plane here anyway. Gone. Hey Sniper, what's up, man? Nothing opens till 9:30 in Texas. Where are you in Texas? I mean, it's a holiday. It's a national holiday for much of the country. I was gonna make a joke about Texas being racist and not celebrating MLK, but I don't know. A lot of places don't celebrate MLK, so I felt like that'd be rude. To the good states that do. Windows, indicators. Yeah. No. What am I doing? Okay, so that's obviously a huge mistake. What the fuck is going on here? Wow, the transferring of weights did not get me anything useful. I'm doing this wrong, I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's working out okay. Skin and D. Yeah, okay. So far, so good. Oh, sniper. That's just the root. Well, there's a couple roots. There's the root that is where the pill is, the thing that's moving around in game. There's the root that is in game I move the pill and I rotate the mesh. Actually, I'm sorry. The root is where the mesh rotation is. The body is where if you're rotating in game through, that's still mesh rotation now I think about it. But anyway, the body is the mesh rotation in game. The skin is going to be for any little additive offsets I want to add. So like say you push up off of a limb and I want to have like, maybe I want to animate a little bounce or something. Why can't I? But I don't want that to impact gameplay. I can do that here. So it's the root of the character. The root of the character is in the center for a bunch of weird reasons. Mostly because this is a game where you constantly rotate around, so having the root on the floor didn't make sense. There is no floor. For bipedal characters, I usually have the root on the floor. Let's see here. That's strange. This is D. This is E. G, let's go D. Qu'est-ce que c'est? What the fuck? I got a bunch of errors doing that. That's weird. Oh, and now it works? Oh, weird, weird. Weird. Oh god, did it happen when I deleted that? Fuck me. Alright, so... Oh, fuck. I think it happened when I deleted that plane. I think it threw off my vert IDs, maybe? What can I do? Here's what I can do. Dupe the mesh. Alright, this is the duped mesh. Edit, delete by type, history. Skin the duped mesh. Take the skin weights from the mesh I'm working on. Copy the weights by world space location. Export these new skin weights. Delete the duped mesh. Unbind this, the original mesh. Delete by type history on this original mesh. Skin the original mesh. Import those weights. Let's see what we get. Okay. This is all thrown off and I don't know why, but let's figure that out. What in the fuck is going on? Wrong bone. Oops. Okay. That was my bad. Left skirt E. So, yeah, Plenard, I'll probably get to that in a bit. I'm just trying to get like the basic bones in first. Also, I'm kind of like bringing back an old rigs. The orientation of all the controls is off and stuff. And back when I made this, I didn't know what game I was making really, so just a lot of stuff to update. Bringing it back. Regret that. No, I'm not. Take everything that is skin to the body. Whoops. Put it here. There we go. it was never gonna be perfect, but especially in the corners, because it's kind of like a nonsensical mesh, so whatever. But maybe we can do it a little better. Oh, maybe we can't actually. It's fine. Let's orient these a bit better. Export the weights. if any of this is a good idea, but I guess we'll find out. Alright. Skin this, import the weights again. God, I was kind of lazy when I did this. I'm gonna be fixing up little things like this forever. I should have just set it all to the base skin weights and went from there, but you know, what you gonna do? Good enough for now. Let's test it out and see what we think. Hey, Squishy P. Sorry I haven't been reading the chat much. Hey, Dunwich Builders. Good morning, man. Ah, people are getting up slowly but surely, huh? So now we got this cute little character. Yeah, let's test my animation pipeline. She says, with much fear. Alright, we're gonna bring in a character. It's gonna be called Piano. It's gonna be... Ooh, wait, no, fuck, that's right. Already breaking all the rules. I think I want all the characters to share the same base rig, but the piano I want to have animation on our keys. So the other characters are either gonna carry around the key joints, or I'm gonna make a unique rig for them. In Engine. What are the advantages to sharing a rig? I mean, obviously we can share animations. There's a chance I make the keys procedural and I just share the animations across all the characters. That would be ideal. I do want to keep the same rig. Yeah, I mean, if the other characters, like if there's some 15 bones in a character that are unskinned bones generally aren't very expensive, so that should be fine. Glad you could join us, Dunwich. So, what I had done is there's this body rig, which I think is pretty much. Let's compare and contrast these two rigs. I've spent all of a freaking morning working on one. Oh yeah, 2017? Yes. I mean, theoretically all I did was add joints here, and those are joints I want in every character. So maybe I delete the mesh out of the other rig, replace the body rig with that. And then next time I won't work when I'm super tired in the morning. Let's make sure the hierarchy is the same and everything. Okay. Root, body, hold space. I pulled out the constraints, but who gives a shit? That won't matter. So yeah, that's all gonna be the same. I could hard code it so that when I pull in a body rig, it toggles between the trombone, the piano, and the drummer so that I can get different controls. So like when I'm controlling the drummer, I want to control the hat, but I want the hat control to be invisible when I'm on the piano. They'll have the same hierarchy under the hood. They'll all be the same rig technically. They definitely need to export the same bone hierarchy so they're the same in engine. Getting soda, I'll be right back. I did really want to test this skill mesh attachment pipeline because I wanted to use it at work too. This is a good test case, but it just doesn't make sense for this project. It's not like we're swapping bits in and out. And the controls do have to be different for each character, especially if I'm going to do things like rig the keys and rig the hat for the drummer and stuff. Hey May, good morning. Oh wait, what's going on? Streaming is justification to talk to yourself? Yeah, okay. I don't know, it's hard to say. Sometimes I get more work done when I'm streaming, but overwhelmingly that's not the case. I think I'd talk to myself either way. Is my voice really quiet today? Did that help? That just turned up the desktop audio. If I just physically move the mic closer, that's probably the right solution. It's kind of far away. Is that better? Alright, that's the wrong tab. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Sorry guys. I should probably like check levels or something when I start this stuff up. Ooh, we have to do estimated taxes today. I hate you, Google Alerts. I blame Google for the government. So, alright. Easiest thing to do is have 3 rigs. Maintain parity. Don't use the skeletal mesh attachment system. Make sure the rig hierarchies are always the same. It's simple. It's the best solution. I love the music. Wait, what's going on? Am I playing music in the background? Anyway, hey Jovix. It's good to see you. Yeah. Let's do this simple thing. Fine. Okay. This will go away. New scene. Alright. Unique rig. Oops. However, still gonna use rigged props. Add. You know what is a real pain in the ass? I haven't updated this tool in forever, and every time I hit, oh, filter worked. Oh, what the shit? Cool. Why did that work now? Whatever. Don't question it. Okay. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's how I wanted it to be. This control manipulates what's moving an engine. This control is my secondary. This will be a second scale mesh that's attached, so obviously that'll happen. Okay. Let's just start with like gonna make a I haven't done this in so long. There's no way to select the orange material. Oh, I need to add it. Sorry, I'm starting to take notes for my tools pipeline for work stuff too. Word, no, notepad. Rigged prop. Sorry, I gotta move the mic. Rigged props. Okay, so for now, the way my tools are set up, you can always grab any number of controls and just make a selection set real quick. So this will be the pedals, and this will be the skirt, and that'll just save to the scene. So now anytime I want the skirt controls, I can just do that. Speaking of which, let's start playing. Alright, I can already see where I fucked up some skinning here. I'm sorry, what is this? Oh yeah, these are tools I wrote. I'm sorry. Let me catch up here. I did not write Maya. That is false. Yeah, everything up here, obviously this is not Maya, right? Like, fuck off. Anything up here where you can see I just like wrote a button with a name because it's too lazy to make icons. These are all tools I wrote as part of my personal. I have a shit ton of tools I've written over the years. I used to be a tech artist, so I spent a lot of time edit. Oh, you can't see that. Oh shit, sorry. Oh, this is interesting. I wonder if there's a way to. Oh, that'll squish the scene. There. So this stuff up here, these are all just tools I've written over time. I think my thesis in college was actually I wrote an auto rigger in Mel because they didn't have Python back then. And then I rewrote it in Python with Maya 8.5, and then I just kept rewriting all my different tools to do things like the scene manager is something I wrote. This is extremely helpful for if you want to set up a scene where, say, you have 3 characters and you want to be able to say, what does this character look like with this axe doing this attack? What does it look like with this axe? What does it look like with this axe? Because you're doing a cutscene where you have a customized character. If you want to do something like, you can pull in a base character and then just change around the scale meshes that are attached to it to see what it looks like. You can change around what props they're holding and that sort of thing. You can have multiple characters in a scene. And if you go through the scene manager, then all the other tools will look at that. So like when you export animation, the list of rigs that you can export will be all the characters that you've defined in the scene manager. This was I started making something like that when I worked on MMOs, and then I just updated it over and over, and there's some version of that pipeline in several different studios. Actually, I still kind of help out sometimes people who've maintained my tools at other studios. The rig control box is a lot newer. That won't work in this scene right now. Let me go back to the last one. Let me show you a scene where there's an actual character, because it doesn't make much sense for a scene like this with really simple characters. Oh, what do I have? I could show you Mars. I could show you... Oh, here we go. Here's a cube man. I'll show you cube man. I forgot about all this crap. Oh my god, it's all coming back. Alright. So say we got this animation. This guy's like... Cube man is really feeling spunky, right? Here's the rig control box. So when I make the auto rigger, it when it's setting up the controls, it also has this kind of how do I explain it? The rig control box is basically it's how I control my rig. It holds a lot of my tools. It holds my IKFK switching and snapping. It holds all the things of like moving your shoulder from world space to local space, and it's tied in very tightly with the rig. Basically on instantiation it looks for everything that's under the controls switches directory. It takes a look at all of these and it determines like, okay, there is a world space switch for the shoulder or whatever, and it lets you switch from local to world space for the pull vector. This one doesn't. Oh, the FK arms can be in cog space or torso space for this rig. So right now it's in cog space. Now it's in torso space. That just changes how the controls move. The way this is set up is I can kind of like fade the controls away and work blind. I actually like working like this much of the time. Can fade them back up all the way. If I hide the controls, they hide here. If I switch from like, now I'm in FK, so I'm seeing FK controls. Now I'm in IK, so I see IK controls. The way that works is actually really simple. These are just shapes that are parented under the actual control. So when I hide the actual control, the shapes hide as well. There's a lot. I could do tons of talks on this, actually. It's pretty complicated under the hood. But I've been working on this for like my entire career. I've just been slowly updating these tools, so they're pretty sweet now. Did you ever put these out for others to use? No, like I said, they've been at different studios I've worked at. I've just had them there. Will there be an upright bass in this game? That's a complicated question, Squishy P. The bassist does hold the world together. I don't know if you'll meet him in this game. You might kind of sense that he's there. I'm not sure what snake means. May I started, I kind of feel things out on my YouTube channel, and I've done like I knew the quadruped talk would take off because I did a series of quadruped videos and they got a lot of views. I made the first explanation of my tool chain. Like I made a 2-minute video about that and I put it out there and I really promoted it, and it just didn't seem like a lot of people weren't really super excited about it. It didn't get a lot of traction. So I didn't think there was as much interest in this. It's something that definitely has interested me for a very long time, obviously, because I've put a fuck ton of work into it. But I didn't get the sense that like there's a great deal of interest in that compared to other things. Is that how you first heard of me, Eska? I thought yeah. I think it's more that we belong to the same cult, Eska. We were gonna meet one way or another. Will do. Have fun. Very soon we're gonna open up Anim State for later. I think soon we're gonna open up Anim State. We're gonna start the Discord. What do you call it? In general, we've been working on Anim State for a while. So Mike Jungbluth put together AnimX, which is our conference we do on the Tuesday of GDC, which I've done nothing for. Holy shit. I've been like only thinking about GDC. I gotta think about what we're gonna do on Twitch. But we do a live conference on Twitch on Tuesday. And that's AnimX, and that's all part of something we want to call Anim State, which is just a community. We have a Discord and that sort of thing that we're gonna spin up. We've had the Discord privately for like a little bit now, for like a year now. But we're going to open it up to the public, and we're going to try to really build up the Anim State community soon. Esco's part of our cult. Don't worry. May, AnimX will be streamed live on Twitch. So you can, if you can't catch the live stream, you can always catch the VOD. VOD? The video. And the whole point of Anim State is that we believe information should be free and available to everybody and anybody that wants to seek it out. Other people that are involved in this is David Gibson. I don't know if you saw Rise and Spline. It's something he's doing where he's teaching a class to a bunch of people on Saturdays. It's really good. Also on Twitch. AnimX, the fictional video game dev studio. We're not a dev studio. It's a group of animators from Blizzard and Naughty Dog and just the speakers that usually speak at GDC each year. Mike Jungbluth used to organize the animation boot camp, and he shifted over. He kind of passed that off to Lana. I think he's still in charge of that. He kind of passed that off to Lana, though, and he's also spinning up Anim State and AnimX. It's going to be my first time at GDC this year, and my group has things planned during Easter egg. During the Monday animation roundtables and stuff already. That's cool. It as an animator, there's something every day. So Monday's the boot camp. Tuesday we stream live on Twitch, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday there's a roundtable each day. So we'll meet. Like if you go to any animation thing, I'll probably be at all of the above. There's an Animex that was an Easter egg of sorts. It was an EA Redwood playing funny. Oh, cool. Anyway, yeah. So, I love showing off my tools, man. I think they're great, because they are. It's nothing like... Those are interesting problems. Managing studios that span the globe. Making tools for animators, having like a team of animators. Those were fun days. But we had a rigging problem. Here. Why is my system volume so loud? It's unpleasant. Just kind of lost this at some point. It's interesting. What's your pass, May? Is it an expo? I just want to make these physical in engine. basic one. There's a couple of basic ones. Like, there's Expo is the most basic. That doesn't let you get into anything other than the Expo Hall on Wednesday through Friday. Tutorials and Summits lets you go to the Expo and Tutorials and Summits. Main Conference lets you go to not the Tutorial and Summits, just the Main Conference and the Expo. So I don't know which one you have. Hey mate, have you considered applying for, give me a second. There's a scholarship for animators that are trying to go to, shit. Has it been... I'll have to find it. Alright, I'll fish around a bit, but I know there's scholarships for animators that want to go to GDC. Animax is actually funding. We've kind of like mostly Timborelli is pitching in, but a couple people are pitching in to try to get more animators that are kind of graduating soon and want to go to GDC to try and get everybody there. I don't know much about it, but I'll ping and we'll see if I can hear something back. I hope you apply. It'd be cool to see you there. God, I feel like when other people animate, they animate with such purpose, whereas I just start out moving controls and seeing what happens. Then we kind of go from there. It's probably not ideal. Why am I seeing joints? Oh, that's from the stand. Tried that. Hey Tango, what's up? Things been good, man. That's not true. Sometimes I animate with a plan. Just today I don't have a plan. Because I don't know. you know when you're done? When it looks good. You're never really done. Yeah, you're in Minnesota, right, May? God, I feel like I'm failing you not knowing this stuff about this internship. Or not internship, I'm sorry, scholarship. GTA animation GC. I'll know something by the end of the day. I'll make sure you find out. This just looks so much like ass. What is your deal? I see what's up, man. It's going pretty good. Poop. Hey, Furious Fire. I like the beat of your pleat. Jesus. That's really good, actually, Jovix. It's terrible, but it's good. God damn it. I want to write that one down. That's so bad. Just post infinity cycle. For me, set out to make a new game, but I'm currently in the very, very high level design phase, which always feels somewhat unproductive. Ooh. banging ideas around in my head the whole day, and it feels like there's very little progress. I don't know. I don't like. Yeah. I don't know how other designers come up with ideas. For me, it almost seems full random. Usually, I only have ideas when there's something else I'm supposed to do. Like, I find I tend to flesh out ideas. I am most productive when I'm working on the thing I'm not supposed to be working on. Like, I'll never get more work done than when I'm procrastinating from going to the gym. If I'm like, shit, I should really go to the gym, but I really don't want to. But I really should get this animation done too. That's when I tend to do the most. That's also, I feel like all my design, I'm not a designer, so I don't know where ideas come from. But everything for this game came up when I was probably supposed to be working on, like, something else. Cleaning. Working on a different game. Contracting work is particularly soul-crushing. Like, if I'm contracting for a game I'm really not super into, spend a lot of time thinking about what I would do differently, or sometimes while I'm in Unreal working on something for, like, I'm consulting for some company or something, I'll always notice interesting ideas that I could pull into stuff at work or stuff here. I should get this into Engine and start testing things. I was working previously in a corporate job, sitting in 2-hour meetings with 15 other people. It does wonders for creativity outside of whatever the meeting is about. Yeah. God, I forget that sometimes. One of the reasons why I love Discord and connecting with other animators is to remind myself of, like, how much it sucked sometimes. Just the wasted hours and specifically the meetings. Ugh, the kickoff meetings. Why do something when you can talk about doing something, right? I almost gave this clip exporter to Double Fine. I showed it to them and I was like, hey, this looks like you should use this. I think I might have actually given them the code for it. But I don't know if it kind of ties too much into my other tools. I mean, I've got a lot of cool shit over there for RAS and stuff. Anyway, what the hell was I doing? Somebody else spider my tool chain out everywhere. And then, I don't know, question mark, profit, I guess? What am I doing? Slow mission double. Animation. Idle. Update. Body skinned. No. Asset. Fine. Oh, file, export all. Oh crap, I've got animation multiple places. I gotta sort out my directories here. No. Let's see, your body's animation. There's also player just animation. Shit. Oh shit, hey. Whoa. Hey guys. Oh god, don't get me started on the emails where they've got to CC everybody so that everybody has visibility. Oh god, every time I have there's certain companies that I work with where that's so common. You send an email and then just to cover their own ass, they CC like at least 6 other people in every email for anything. But thanks for the subs, guys. This is sweet. Shit. What the hell, guys? How about documenting when you move someone from 2 to CC in the same freaking email? Don't even get me started. Oh man. It's like, it's bureaucracy. It's ridiculous. that's usually, whenever you see that, you're also, it depends. Sometimes they're CCing to move something up the chain to further it along, but a lot of time it's a delaying tactic. It's like, I don't want to be responsible for this question, so Bob will know the answer. And it's just like, fuck this. Some real corporate bullshit. That's a real specific gripe there, Jovix. You, had a moment? Alright, that one worked, I can tell. Here's all the new bones. Body back, I'm not sure if I actually need that yet. We'll find out. Yeah, what am I gonna... I do want to share an anim blueprint. How about when you're idling? There's a couple different ways we could do this. I think for now we'll just play the body idle. Which is not this. Ooh. I didn't import it yet. Alright. Animation. Body. Let's just set this up now. So let's just say there's a variable that is the body mesh. Body type. And I know we've got to have some, there's like an enum here for, oh god, there's so many enums. Wish I could see the enums that I made. Appendage type. No. What is the enum that says which character I am? Like, I save current move, I switch based on. Oh fuck, it's current level type. Okay, so I have level type. I have, at no point do I, shit. At no point do I state that this is a trombone versus a accordion versus a whatever. When I set up a pawn. I determine it based on the scale mesh I'm inputting. Because that's all I've ever needed to do. I'm mean, I could just keep doing that. Like, for instance, I could just say, get the mesh, get the animation blueprint, oh, what am I getting? Get anim instance, cast that to the body, anim BP, and then active spawning or one. Okay. I don't have to define a new enum for no reason. We're just gonna... Should I change animations based on the skeletal mesh that is on the pawn? Yeah, fuck it. That kind of makes sense. Skeletal mesh. I mean, it's gonna be kind of ugly here because I'm gonna be like, switch. There's no such thing as switching based on this. I'd have to do an equals equals. Oh god, what am I thinking here? Do it based on track. That'll work. Switch. If I don't need to switch. Yeah, select. No. Blend by. Oh, don't be a bitch. Blend by. Blend by track. You're not gonna give that to me? Where am I? Oh. I'm in the animation blueprint. Idle. Blend by track. Alright, there you go. By default, T-pose. If you're the accordion, play the idle we just made. Here's your input track. That's not being used. What the hell is this? That is totally being used. Never mind. On the pawn, you need to actually set this. Set pawn track. Ooh. See, robot type is really, this is what I should be. I should be an enum. I've been typing it in everywhere. That's the enum I need. God, I don't feel like refactoring this now. This is just gonna be a bit gross for now. Set up body art. Set the skeletal mesh to the new mesh, get the materials. Yeah. Dynamic material, that's fine. That's good. This whole function's a hot mess, so at least everything that's kind of gross is next to each other. If new mesh equals piano bass, set this to the accordion. Oh, Jesus, what's going on? Ah! The day I accidentally said oof on the oop op center inbox. I don't even know what that means. Hey, what's up, Tom? Yeah, the Unreal Editor's moved along quite a bit. Thanks for subscribing, Cody. Welcome. Later, Yerk's group. Sorry, I'm still catching up. Do all the robots have the same skeleton? Right now they do, yeah. I think I'm gonna keep it that way too. I was waffling on that this morning. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't know how much animation I want in the game yet. I have to think it through. That's just a whole can of worms I haven't opened up yet. Like, I don't know if I wanna... Right now I wanna share everything for as long as possible because I just do. Like, there's more the idea that when you push up off of a limb you bounce, and the idea that an appendage sticks to the ground and things like that are things I wanna share across all the characters. So I'm gonna keep everything the same as long as possible, and we'll branch when the time's right. Is there a code view of this graph? I'm sorry, Dunwich. I'm just catching up now, so I'm not quite sure which graph you're talking about. This is why I hate Blueprint. If you need to change that in code, 5 to 10 minutes. Doing it in Blueprint, more than 10 minutes. I don't know, man. It's usually pretty quick to do certain things. It's just because this, I do want to make... I've gone too far down a path, right? Like, for my level logic, I have this spreadsheet, and this defines... I didn't know what the spreadsheet would be. It still has this, like, sheet music array that I'm not using anymore. And as I was making the game, what this was changed constantly, right? One of the things in here is the robot type. When I started out, I didn't know how many robots I would make. I wouldn't know, like, that there would be an accordion and a drum and a trombone. I still called the trombone trumpet under the hood. And before that, I didn't think they'd be instruments at all. In fact, they're still called no-arms bot, two-arms bot, four-arms bot, and things like that. So making this an enum wasn't a priority because I was just constantly changing things. Now it would be nice to go in and make it an enum, but it would also be a huge pain in the ass because now I've grayboxed the whole game, and it's like, I'll do that, just not right now, not on stream. It'd be way too boring. But when I do that, I'll make an enum that is like, instead of T-bot, I'll call it accordion. Instead of no-arms bot, I'll call it piano. I'll make the enum, and I'll, did you just crash? What is this? Yeah, sorry. And then once I have that enum, I'll use it in other places. You can nativize blueprints into C++, but that's something you do later in development. Yeah, not really. Hey, Mittens, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while, actually. Yeah. We'll see. I missed it too, Tango. I was planning to watch it soon. I'm glad you're in on that, too. Rise and Spline. I was gonna watch it last night, but then I didn't, because I got into what I was doing, and I was doing stuff where the last couple of days I've been working on, like, shit's about to get real at work, so I need to get my GDC talks together and stuff, plus the slides were already due. So I've been talking through my slides, and I've been, working with music on something I'm doing at, like, a totally different project, and so I just haven't been able to... You can't Twitch stream if you're doing stuff with audio, you know? Yeah, it will be satisfying when it's done. And yeah, you can move it on to C++. Share it, Tom. What you doing? Yeah, I'm doing 2 talks at GDC at least, and probably 1 live on Twitch. Hackathon. Is this like... Oh, you're doing the AR stuff? Shit. Cool. I don't know how you even do that. AR is still in, like, the tech demo I barely believe it phase for me right now. Dropping porgs on the floor and shit, yeah. Are you I mean, you must be, yeah. Cool. Tim Sweeney had a great tweet the other day where he was like, sorry, here, this is hilarious to mostly me. Because it's true. The difference between left-handed and right-handed just fucks with me every time. I set my Maya to be Z-up, so it more closely matches Unreal. But there's times when there's this really powerful thing in Unreal where you can grab everything in the editor, control copy it, paste into a text file, and you have the world space locations of everything, and you have, like, you could technically edit things. You could move things between Maya and Unreal really easily and in an interesting way. You could write tools that really bridge the gap, but one is left-handed and one is right-handed, and what that means is just like I'm just too dumb, like, to overcome that gap. Every time I have to set up a scene, there's times that I'm setting up scenes in at Irrational we were using 3ds Max, but it was a similar problem, where you know where something is in X and Y relative to the scene root in Max, and then you go do it in Unreal, and you just gotta go through, like, okay, fuck, now I gotta do math. Okay, so where's the origin? And how does that affect the rotation? And you're just running every little thing through it manually. It's just a nightmare. Anyway, sorry. Mittens. I've been good, work has been good, I'm nervous about the contract renewal. I don't have any reason to be anxious about my future because the company I'm working with and the team so well connected in VR that I'm certain I'll find a studio before summer. Yeah, it's hard not to dwell though. Can you change Maya to be left-handed? Do you want to? I feel like... I remember when I went from Y up to Z up for the first time and I had to rewrite every single one of my tools. It took a solid 2 weeks. I don't have any complicated scenes in here. If I was setting up if I was doing a narrative game again where it was important to have the cinematic pipeline solid, I would of course do that. I don't think I need that for this. Also, a hack I found is I've gotten enough hacks for the smaller scenes together where it just, like, basically I make a bone for each root element, and then I import that into the engine, and I snap everything to the bones, and then I delete the rig, the scale mesh that I just imported, and that's how I'm kind of getting around it. And now that Python's integrated into Unreal, maybe I don't know. All this is like meaningless because I'm not at a large studio doing tech art anymore. It's fun to think about sometimes, but it's definitely like problems from a past life. That's why we took up trig in college, though. Yeah. That math, man. You end up using it a lot. It's the matrix math that always gets you. Multiply a bone by the inverse of its parent. Actually, I kind of liked... I'll say I vastly prefer the tools in Maya over 3ds Max. Just because you have the ability to write tools in Maya. The API is just so much more solid and strong. Max is really bare bones. You can't really do anything. But whenever you did do math in 3ds Max, you always had direct access to the matrix for everything. Everything was matrix math. Nothing was like... In Maya, you have to go into the API to use matrix math, or to do anything in Quaternion. Everything is usually setting things. If you're just using basic Python, you're setting things in Euler rotations and in Euler space. Yeah, TTR, I love soda ASMR. Yeah, I always do that right near the mic too. Every fucking time. I'm sorry. The FBX pipeline does work wonders, and I do love it. It's the, I mean, you get these scenes where the handyman is gonna pick up the player, and you have the player hands, and you have the player camera, and you have the gun in the player hands, and at different times, maybe the handyman takes the gun out of your hand, breaks it, throws it, and you have a combination of, you're juggling like 10 different skeletal meshes or static meshes, some of which are animated and some of which are attaching, and you need to know when they attach and when they detach, and you need to line that up both in Maya in your scene and in the game. And this is when just every little thing has to work perfectly. And it's a huge pain in the ass to not be able to just verify. You're like, okay, wait, this is wrong. Is it wrong because I attached it on the wrong frame? Is it wrong because I accidentally flipped the Z rotation? Is it wrong because, why is this not syncing up perfectly? And that's when you get into those kinds of issues, and that's when I wish, that's why if I was going to do a more cinematic game again, I would definitely consider setting Maya to have the same, handedness as Unreal. Hey, Weez, what's up, man? Did you finish your stream for the day? Spellcasting. Oh, Jovix, it's not that Z is up or forward. Like, the up axis being Y or Z is not an issue. That's actually, like, the easiest problem. The problem is when you have left-handed versus right-handed coordinate systems. And that's when the math gets shit. Yeah, I do all the design work offline too, Louise. I'm definitely, like, there's things I should be working on today, but I'm definitely not doing those things. I'm definitely animating instead. Because it's yet another dreary Boston winter day, and I don't feel like thinking hard creatively right now. But you know what we are gonna do? I don't remember how far along we got with this, so let's see if it just works. Well, that's very broken. Oh, the animation's working. Whoops. I do wrong here? Right. Let's try that again. Nope, I hate it. Oh god, it should be directional too. So many things about this are wrong. Think on that in a sec. Because you told us why. You said you only ever procrastinate when you have something else you have to do. True. Recursive transforms or something. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Dunwich Builders. I feel like you just said recursive transforms or something, and I have no idea what you're replying to. It's probably my own fault. Glad you like it, Wheeze. Good luck, May. You're the second person to mention music. Is there music coming from my stream? Because, like, there shouldn't be. I don't hear anything. You're hearing music coming from the game, and I'm not. The game does have music, but I don't hear it right now. Which means the game is coming through a different speaker. Or when I set this here, that doesn't... Oh, that would be interesting. No, yeah, okay. Interesting. So if I turn off the audio on my machine, I don't hear the music, but you guys still hear it through OBS. Oh, that's creepy. I'm sorry. So you've been hearing this really loud noise every time I fucking... Like that? I hate that noise so much. Okay. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So the music is done by a guy named Mitchell. He actually, he's a first-year trombonist. He plays trombone. I met him at Boston Indies, and he's kind of like he's super into indie games, and he's kind of been feeling around trying to get into more projects, so he was pretty perfect. I talked to him, and I commissioned basically for him to compose some music for me, and he totally went with it. I told him we spitballed a couple of different ideas. What we came up with is the music kind of builds as you go through a level. So here we go. First level, just drums. And every level you go through, it adds a little bit more to the composition. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. I was really really happy to be working with him. I like. I'm glad you like it, Louise. I was yeah. I dropped I dropped some money on that. I'm actually trying to I'm switching over to from game design to working on more marketing materials and stuff. I'm gonna try to get some like just a bit more money at GDC so that I want to have him do a unique track for each instrument. Um, and then there's different parts of the game where I think ideally the music would change. It's basically I just want way more music. He actually gave me a drop of something like 80 sound effects of trombone noises that I can that I was gonna look through. Maybe this afternoon we'll look through trombone noises and start picking things for what it sounds like when the trombone, when you slide, when you move onto a limb. Start thinking about how to script that stuff up. I can't stream the marketing, Tom, because the whole point is like say I drop something cool, like I make some new key art. The whole point is I have to time when I drop that. So if I'm working on the key art and then I can't surprise people with it. That makes sense. So certain things like I wrote down the things I'm not allowed to work on in the stream, and it's basically I'll never work on the marketing. I'll never work on the last third of the game. There's a couple of like there's a couple of things I won't work on. But I'm sorry. Wrecked. What is it, a trombonist? I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. Oh man, I'm glad you guys all like it. Hey, check out my here, I'm gonna link his Twitter. This is Mitchell. What will I be talking about at GD? Can I tell you my high-level marketing plan? Tom, I don't have a plan. I think a lot of it... I generally believe you should always be prepared to take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves. I think that is the plan. The plan is to always be ready. Because you don't know what's going to happen and what opportunity is going to present itself and when. You don't know when you're going to be given, like, there's a slow press week and it's a good time to drop something, or especially if you're indie, like I can't buy out the Game Informer cover for October, right? I just need to be able to latch onto any slow news week anytime I can. I'm definitely planning to showcase some stuff at GDC just because like that's a good hard limit for me. What I'm going to be able to showcase is highly determined based on how much I get done before then, because you have to keep in mind I'm also we're pitching a much bigger project that I'm quite heavily invested in at GDC through the molasses flood is. So I'm spending a lot of time on that, and the time I can spend on con is the time that I'm not working on basically whatever free time I have after that. So that the plan is not as solid as you think. The plan right now is, well, get a bunch of marketing materials together, probably a teaser trailer and a couple of key art images showcasing the 3 different characters, have them, and be ready. And that's kind of like the plan there. Always keep have a demo that's playable at the end of each month. What other plans are there? These are just like principles I do. Anytime I set up a marketing image, I'll show you the marketing map here. That's fine. Basically, as long as possible, you keep the marketing image to be an actual level in the game and your actual characters, so that as you update the art, it updates the marketing image as well, and these kind of feed off of each other, that sort of thing. But yeah. Make game, profit. Yeah. That'd be nice. I feel like I missed something. I missed somebody. What will I be talking about at GDC? I'm doing 2 talks. I'm running the Tricks of the Trade. That's going to be actually showcasing some prototype work from the Molasses Flood. I think I'm allowed to say that. I'll be showcasing some stuff I used to do there at the Tricks of the Trade. I'll also just be running that panel. That's usually we have Alamunda from Naughty Dog. We've got Benson from Firewatch and their new game, which I've totally spacing the name of. We've got a really good team there of really technical, a combination of technical animators and traditional animators that are going to showcase their favorite tips, their best tricks. Everybody's got 5 minutes on stage, and then if they try to take more than 5 minutes, I chase them off the stage with a gong. So they have exactly 5 minutes to tell you their best secrets and their best tricks. And I'll probably go in that one. I'll probably go last for that. And then I'm speaking again at the Micro Talks, which is usually a... the Micro Talks are not about animation. They're usually about, like, slice of life kind of stuff. Stuff like... One year we talked about communities and what it means to be part of a community and what that topic means to us. The year before that we just talked about what it's like to be an animator. It's usually more lighthearted. The Micro Talks are usually more not about the nitty-gritty of animating, but more about what it is to be an animator. So I'll be doing that. 2 5-minute talks. Well, I'll be running a panel of 5-minute talks, and then I'll be doing a 5-minute talk. On the other hand, the audience is here, only a tiny fraction of the audience. That is true, Wheeze. The chat is the high-level marketing plan. You guys are my marketing plan. Didn't you guys know that? I need you guys to tweet about this game. You're all I got, guys. Basically, there's a lot of truth there. I'm glad that was insightful, Tom. Who gets to chase me off this? Nobody. I'm running the panel. I have the gong. If I go over, they just have to deal with it. I'm glad, Tom. That's cool. No, that is a good point. I'm gonna have to delegate the gong to somebody for when I'm on there, because I am actually running over right now. So I was practicing. I was just doing a quick run through to see how long the talk would take, and I was recording myself giving it. So I opened up OBS and I recorded myself giving it, and I ran way over. I was frustrated, so I went upstairs and I grabbed some tuna, and I just made some dinner real quick, and then I came down here and I started trolling Discord. All this happened over the course of 15 minutes, and then I realized OPS was streaming live all of this. So if you were here on Thursday and you saw, I was actually streaming first me practicing the talk, followed by eating tuna and trolling Discord for like a solid 15 minutes. And I know like a surprising number of people managed to see that. Like it looks like about 20 people just watched Gwen eat tuna and troll Discord. Elaborate marketing ARG. Yeah, so that was a fuck up. I deleted that pretty quickly. That was pretty embarrassing. I eat tuna. I ate too much tuna. I'm probably gonna die of mercury poisoning. I'm just really lazy. And, mostly I eat things that come out of a can and can be microwaved. I don't know. It's not great, but I try not to. I was better before. I got busy. Now I just hork down food because I'd rather be working than cooking. Yes, GDC is absurdly expensive. I I speak so that I get a badge to go. I'm not really kidding. They don't pay you. The only thing they give you is like a free badge. If I wasn't speaking, I wouldn't pay for it. I know a lot of people that travel to San Francisco for the GDC week and hang out at the parties and stuff and don't actually go to GDC. That's like not an uncommon thing to do. Do I feel like it's gatekeeping because it's expensive? I mean, there's a reason why I support Animex. I think it is a shame that it is so expensive. I love it. I get more, like, when I talk to you guys here, there's, 36 people here. When I talk on stage at GDC, I talk in front of hundreds, and then the YouTube videos and the vault is online, and it reaches thousands of people, and it's a way for me to kind of get out there. And so I find GDC extremely valuable. But I am, now that everything's free on YouTube, I'm way more cool with it. I was kind of not as pleased when the only way to see anything that was said at GDC was behind a huge paywall where you had to pay a lot of money to see the speakers, especially considering the speakers speak for free. That just kind of felt like bullshit to me. My SO went on a scholarship last year and she's sad she can't afford to go again. Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you were just going to see the people, you could always just go and not go to the conference. A lot of people are doing that. They give out the vault now for free. Yeah, I'm glad they switched over to that. And they put it on YouTube too, which is more accessible. I think it's good. I think they're moving in the right direction. And I think they've definitely heard the criticism that it's kind of weird that that it is so expensive to go to GDC when the content is all being provided for free, for the most part. I don't know, like, I bet they probably pay Tim Schafer to speak it, or something like that. But, like, the vast majority of speakers are not paid. Would it lose some of its professionalism if it was cheap? I don't know. I think, I'll say the best networking event for me is Animex. It's when I go to the Twitch office. There's only enough room for like 20 of us or so. It's the 20 best animators and tech animators and animation programmers in the industry. Maybe 30. Waiting our turn to speak on camera and talking, and that is by far like the most interesting conversations I have. I really look forward to Tuesday of GDC. And none of that actually happens at the Moscone Center. But there is a certain amount of, you need to get a bunch of professionals that love what they do and love talking about what they do in an environment where they feel safe, where they know that everybody else there is a professional and not like the press or a student or somebody that'll leak what they say. And that's when you get the magic happens. The show floor, the magic doesn't really happen there as much just because anybody could overhear anything. The press is there, students are there, there's just too many people you don't know. There could be whatever, you know. Did I ever go to CTN? No. In fact, I don't know what CTN is. Is this like a big deal? It's in California. course it is. Interesting. On the subjects of free talks on YouTube, the talk from last year about Breath of the Wild is the best I've ever heard. Really? I should check that one out. There's been a lot of good ones. I was super into the talk about, I mean, there's been a couple good ones. Horizon Zero Dawn did a fantastic one. Subnautica did a great one. Motivating. Interesting. I definitely do love speaking. I'll have to check out CTN. Thanks, VR. Thanks for that clip you made before. That was pretty sweet. Oh, you showed it earlier. Yeah, 3 robots streaming being musicians. Yeah, mittens. Get out of bed. Get to work, man. Alright, we gotta move this stream in a getting something done direction so that I can go eat at some point here. Cue the music too. Let me delete my save. Let's think about what we actually want to do here. Wrong thing. Player. You want me to talk about VR? It's weird because VR is extremely exciting and it's not something I'm involved in at all. Like I did one VR project a year ago. 3D keyboard, it's not literally going to be a 3D keyboard. I'm just saying there's going to be a new interface. I'm thinking whatever the UI is probably got to be something. I was really excited about the HoloLens because I liked that they put so much effort into those cameras, and I loved the idea that you didn't need to carry anything, that your fingers would be your interface, and that you could click and things like that. Seemed really good. But they've gone quiet, so I don't know if it's actually working. What's the most ambitious VR project I know of? Ambitious? I don't know. Most projects are, they've got a lot of interesting tech demos out there. A lot of the stuff I know that's big, like big budget, would be rides for things like Disney rides. At fairs and things like that. You get smaller versions of that, people who are doing really interesting artistic stuff with VR for music festivals. That stuff's kind of cool. In the game space, you have a lot of what I would consider tech demos right now. HoloLens is still happening. Well, I know it's happening. It's actually manufacturing right now. But everybody was really excited about it, and everybody was just kind of like, let's not talk about that. No, so I'm kind of curious to see if, like, specifically if the clicking without any peripheral thing, I want to see how that's panning out. That's the thing that I think was a key differentiator in my mind for the HoloLens versus anything else, was the idea that you wear glasses, you go around, you have AR that you can turn on, and that you can just use your hands to just manipulate the world or manipulate their device. That was what was cool to me. And so if they lost that, I don't know where they stand in the market. Selling VR units. Yeah. I can't talk about in specifics because of legals, but VR marketing for big names are LBEs. Location-based experiences for China market. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's, yeah. There's a lot of money in that. I have friends working in specifically, rides for things like Disney and that sort of stuff, or experiences where you're physically in a space using VR. VR chat being big on Twitch right now will help sell some headsets. Really? Is it big on Twitch? Shit, I didn't know that. Interesting. I can see that your arms would get tired, Dunwich. I was hoping they would have a solution for that. I don't know. There was also this kind of weird hero mentality where it's like Microsoft put a lot of time into the Kinect, which was kind of like a turd in the end, I think, as far as sales go. And if they could actually take all that technology and all that learning and repurpose it in some new exciting thing, some new peripheral, I thought that'd be sweet. But I don't know if that's actually happening. Some of that's wishful thinking on my part. VR chat is the most streamed VR experience on Twitch. Interesting. Super Hot is phenomenal. I loved Piotr too. We demoed our games next to each other. Like I demoed the Flame of the Flood next to Super Hot, all these different events. So I got to go through the experience of like we were at E3 where he didn't know anybody, and then I was at Gamescom where I didn't know anybody. Just I don't know where I'm going with this, but he's like the nicest dude. He's so friendly. I made a game about shooting people in slow motion. So far the best VR experience. Okay. So for me, the best VR experience was like putting on a headset and sitting on the beach in the middle of winter looking at the sky. Nothing will beat that. That was wonderful. Rip the Kinect. VR chat is popular on Twitch because it's an apocalyptic hellscape like Second Life. No one has seen Uganda Knuckles. I like Robo Recall. It's super fun but really short. Yeah. Epic is a studio that interests me. I could talk about that. I'm interested in Epic. I'm interested in what they do. I'm interested in anybody in the games industry that's doing something that's not typical right now. Epic seems to be reaching out and trying to do a lot of different things. They've got a lot of bets going on, and I think that's interesting. Yeah. For gaming, you still need a controller. I had this idea for a VR game where the person in the headset is a monster from Shadow of the Colossus, while the person playing the third-person action game with a normal controller trying to slay them. Shit, do a demo, man. Get it together. The Fortnite bet seems to be working really well. Yeah, well, they added, what do you call it? The mode where everybody... Oh, God, what is it called? Oh, my God, my brain. The free-for-all mode with everybody. The, Battle Royale mode. I think that really changed things. I think that's why they saw such an explosion. Epic would be an interesting company to work for. I think if I were... Raleigh is interesting too, because it's cheaper than other places. It's up and coming. It's not the most exciting place to be young, so I don't know if it's a great idea. I think if I was young, right out of college, I would want to go to Montreal, Austin. I don't know. A lot of the places I liked back then are different now. Montreal and Austin are still pretty high on the list, though, I think. But yeah, Epic is an incredible company to work for, I think. I know people that work there and they're all really happy. I usually evangelize... I can't speak. Anyway. Evangelize UE, and I'm having a lot of experience working at work and indie deving at home. Yeah. Daring carry, though. Raleigh is 45 minutes away. Cool. Later, Tom. I'm glad you're motivated, Tom. That's awesome. I don't know what I'm going to stream today. I should, it's almost 1 already. Gotta get lunch. Should probably go to the gym. Ugh. It upsets me that I've been watching William Cheer and he's like so regimented. He knows exactly when he's gonna go to the gym. He knows what he's gonna do. And I'm just like, I guess I should. It's dark. Can't sit all day. We should all be more like William Cheer. Speaking of which, follow him on Twitch as well. Oh, I'm giving you guys homework. There's people you need to follow on Twitch. Here's the most important one. Poodle Time just started. He is a Annie award-winning animator. He started something called Rise and Spline where he teaches animation. He's teaching an animation class every Saturday morning. You have to get your ass up, Rise and Spline. Definitely check that out. I don't know how much of a springboard my current gig is until I start working. Yeah. My streams are so much more fun. Well, it's a quantity. Like, he has to stream every fucking day. Like, how do you just be on every day? I can't do it. I would never get anything done. I think he's Saturday morning PST, Pacific time. Gym is a forbidden word for me. It reminds me of how out of shape I am. Yeah, no shit. I've got this app that, like, tracks how strong I get. I started lifting a year ago. I've gotten no stronger. I've gotten, like, I can bench 5 more pounds. It's absurd. It's a beginner's class. Poodle Time is extremely advanced as an animator, obviously. He is also an animator that works full-time at Blizzard and is developing an indie game at home. So he's like my, you know, we're friends. I like him. He's cool. I like the game he's making at home, too. It looks cool. Dude's cool. This stream is like, I hang out and I work and we chat. It's not, you know, it doesn't add value to the world, really, but his does. Like, he's literally teaching people how to animate. That's good. I think people who are using Twitch to, like, teach are cool. I like Casey for the same reason. He's teaching programming. I don't watch it because I don't care about programming, but I think that's cool. I add value. I add noise. I add background noise to your life. I'm there for you. I'm doing that. That I can do. Oh, which team is David on? Shit. I don't know. I thought he was Overwatch. I'd have to check. I think he works with Matt on Overwatch, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Lana and I are cool. I love Lana. Lana's running the animation bootcamp now. She's also running the micro talks where I speak each year. I don't know for sure which team David's on. I could probably find out. Where's our cult? Hold on. See if he's online. He's not online. The animation cabal. We will be opening up our Discord soon. Yeah, Lana is always working. She's got a graphic designer background too, so her slides are good. I should read her micro talk. Look at what she's doing. She crushes it with everything she does. She just has a certain presentation style. We started, ever since I got involved in the animation bootcamp, I realized it's like summer camp for animators. We just started hanging out more and more on Twitter and shit, and now we're like friends year round on Discord, and now we're like gonna open it up, and I don't know, I fucking love those guys. They're great. I do. I feel like I'm part of a cult, and I love it. I love our cult. We're all like supportive and shit. It's wonderful. I wanted to post something. I was working on a trailer for a game at work over the summer, and I would constantly, every week I'd send it out, and I would ask for feedback. Um, and I saved every email and every version of the trailer, and I wanted to post it so you guys could see like how immensely helpful and amazing it is to get feedback, and so you could both see what it's like as an like as a trailer develops over time, and also so that you could see that like Tim Borelli will always take 10 minutes out of his day to give you, you know, feedback about what you're working on, and so you could literally see what it's like when professional animators interact and critique each other. It's, it's phenomenal to be a part of something like that. Nothing's holding us back. I don't know what's taking so long. I don't know if they like had to pay or something. Let me read it. Hold on. They just made a new logo. Okay. Is that what we're waiting on? A new fucking logo? Oh, they're trying to... We're old, man. We're trying to figure out the admin panel, apparently. Well, that's cool. Yeah, okay, so the thing about animators is they're all really helpful and really cool, but nobody is very technically proficient or understands Discord. Um, so we were just hanging out in like one channel, and now we're making other channels and setting up an admin panel, and that's about where we are. We're not good at things. That would be the main problem. Oh, I'm sorry. Are there ads on my stream? I guess there always are, huh? I didn't know that. Yeah, because, like, some people gotta be able to edit channels, and some people don't, and we need a channel that's locked for just the admins so that we can talk about GDC stuff. Because we can't, like, give away what we're doing at GDC to the general public. Yeah, yeah, don't worry. The second it's open to the public, we'll all, like, be noisy about it. I'm hoping you guys all join in. I'm hoping we can build up, like, a thing where I want to, a bunch of us are streaming different stuff. Streaming stuff, posting articles, and just hanging out and shit. I think it'd be cool. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize how complicated it is. I'm just like, I'll be a part of it by being there. And also, I'll stream on Mondays, which I'm already doing. The end. So I'm really not helpful in this whole stuff that they're setting up. I love the Cabal, man. I like my cult. It's a good cult. The cult is warm. Alright, I should eat because I'm hungry and maybe work out. Unless I don't feel like it. But I'll be back in like... I'm gonna take off. I'll be back in 2 or 3 hours. Oh, it'll get it set up by the end of the year. It'll get set up very soon. Wait. It's January. Yeah, it'll get set up soon. Long before GDC. Probably in like February. I mean, Discord is a combination of dev. Eating enough is a workout. You try hard and believe in yourself. Alright. Alright, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. We will continue this in a couple hours after my break. And when we return, we'll be looking at Mitten's Blockout. Who am I gonna host? Let me see if there's somebody online. Nobody I know is online. Oh, well. No hosting. I'm out. I already finished the games and put in the review. Leonard. That's John. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm supposed to link the Discord. Mins, can you link the Discord that we hang out in? The one with Kine? Usually Chris Light brings that up, but he's away at, what do you call it? PAX? How do I get a link to this? Invite people? Copy. That's Chris Light's Discord. We have a podcast together, and he also he was kind enough to set up a channel in there for Kine, which is this game. So if you ever want to talk about specifically Kine, it is on that Discord. Alright, I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Bye.